This is Bob Lampinen with Bob Hartman, and we're back at Brick Memorial High School to bring you the second half of our TV34 Shore Conference Championship doubleheader. In the first game, the Neptune Scarlet Flyer girls defeated the Rumson girls by a score of 59-46, and we'll take a short pause here for our national anthem. About set for the boys Shore Conference Championship final game. Neptune with a record of 21 wins and 3 losses, the third seed in this tournament, taking on the Indians of Toms River South with a record of 22 and 3 and the 4th seed. And starting for Toms River South, number 23, Tom Kay. And number 45, Ken Tuck. At guard, number 15, Ernie Williams. And number 21, Dan McHarris. And number 35, Eric Doms. Excuse me. Toms River South is coached by Greg Albano. And the defending champions, the Scarlet Flyers of Neptune, 21 and 3, third seed, starting at center, number 24, 6'7", Derek Dunstan. Doug Johnson will be starting at guard. Number 15 will be Earl Morgan. And number 32, Patrick Thompson. And replacing the injured Isaiah Calderon at point guard will be number 15, Isaiah Calderon. And Neptune is coached by Mr. Henry Moore and assisted by Russ Walling and Bill Pullen.
Tony Wheaton in for Isaiah Calderon. And let's take a look. In the last game, Isaiah Calderon had 10 points. In that game, Earl Morgan was high with 18 when they beat Red Bank to get into this game, and Derek Dunstan had 13. Looking at Toms River South, high Ernie Williams with 15, along with Ken Tuck with 18, and Eric Doms with 10. Kay in that game had 18 also. A lot of balanced scoring, a lot of high scoring.
Well, both teams really like to put the ball down on the floor and run, and we could have a real race here back and forth as Toms River South, averaging over 70 points throughout the season, really looks to run the ball. They've been led all season by Tom Kay and Ken Tuck, and the outstanding play of their two pair of sophomore guards, Ernie Williams and Dan McHarris, have done a fine job. Neptune has been led, especially in recent weeks, by big Derek Dunstan at the center position. Earl Morgan and Doug Johnson have handled the bulk of scoring, and Neptune couldn't miss Calderon, as his improvement all season has really keyed the improvement of the Scarlet Flyers. Our referees tonight are two of the Shore's finest in Walt Zuber and Tommy Lopes. And Toms River South controls the tap, and we've got a tremendously loud crowd. The first shot of the game is up and missed by Ernie Williams, and Dunstan skies for the rebound.
Well, that might be things to come. Dunstan got way up in the air that time.
Whedon penetrates. His first shot is long, and here comes South on the run. That's Williams. This shot is missed, and rebound Thompson. And Tony Whedon will bring it across for the Scarlet Flyers.
And a quick, fast break for Toms River South.
Well, size-wise, South matches up very well with Neptune. Tuck maybe an inch smaller than Dunstan. Dunstan missed but was fouled. against number 45, Ken Tuck, as Dunston went right to the baseline, right to the board, went up for the shot, and he was fouled. And it's Dunston at the line for a pair. Derek Dunston lets the first one go, and he gets the roll.
Let's check that, Bob. They're going to give Eric Doms that personal foul. Number 35.
Dunston fires, misses the first one, and Tuck up for the rebound. Neptune right out, trapping. Kay in the corner. They're going to try to take Kay away from the hoop all night. They drop it inside to Doms, and Thompson reached over, committed the foul. Patrick Thompson on the foul. Tuck throws it way out there to McHarris, gets it to Williams. Jumper by Kay is off the rim. Johnson way up for the rebound. Whedon to Johnson. Johnson stops, falls away, and he hits. Doug Johnson picks up right where he was in the Red Bank semifinal as he carried the Flyers, scoring over 20 points. Williams from 8 feet misses. Thompson skies for that rebound. And here come the Flyers. Whedon leads the break. Stops and pops. He misses. Rebound. Johnson. Shot missed. And it's Doms come down with the rebound. There's Kay. Bang. Tommy Kay from 18 feet. And Neptune leads it 3-2.
And they needed that basket from Kay's.
Morgan goes backdoor, nice bounce pass by Whedon. Morgan fires it hard off the glass, and it's Eric Doms comes down with his third rebound.
Doms doing a real good job underneath the boards. And unfortunately, they throw it out of bounds.
And Ken Tuck tried to get it down low, threw it away, and Neptune has possession. He'll take it out again, as referee Lopes was not ready. They get it back now. Tony Whedon bringing it up. He's got pressure from number 15, Ernie Williams. Morgan drives the lane, throws it up off the glass, he misses, and Williams leads the break for the Indians and pulls it back out. Hard to believe that they're only sophomores, the guards for South, McHarris and Williams. And it's going to be Eric Doms called on the foul. Doms went up, tried to tip in the rebound, missed, and on his own follow, climbed the back of a Neptune player and called for the foul.
Eric Doms with his second personal foul, and you don't want to see him get in personal foul trouble because he's doing a good job on the boards.
And Thompson for South in the man-to-man. They're almost a strictly complete man-to-man, very rarely go to the zone. Whedon stops, and he's long, and almost came up the rebound, but called for the foul. Neptune needs the leadership that they're from their point guard. Tony Whedon has gone to the hoop 3 times. He's 0 for 3.
That's the second team foul for the Scarlet Flyers. Both teams with 2 team fouls apiece.
Tuck gets it down low to Kay. Kay from the base. He's good. And the Indians on top 4-3 with 4:43 remaining first quarter. Johnson rolls off the rim. Morgan from 6. And the Flyers in a nice 5-4, and South goes the other way. That's Kay from the baseline. He misses. Tuck head fakes, and he's good. Ken Tuck with a big rebound, a nice head fake, and he laid it in.
Both ends, good head fakes by Earl Morgan and Ken Tuck got their men up in the air and made the easy basket.
That's Earl Morgan. To Johnson being guarded by Tommy Kay. Johnson between the legs. Drives the lane. Tries to dish it off and rejected by Tuck. And Whedon tries to slip it inside to Thompson. Thompson didn't see it coming. It goes out of bounds over to Toms River South. The packed house here at Brick Memorial. In the first game, the Neptune girls defeated Rumson 59-46. As Kent Tuck pops from 18 in the corner, and the Indians lead it by 3, 8-5.
And the scoring team of Tom Kay and Ken Tuck have 4 apiece. They have 8. And we saw that in the other game. Ken Tuck was hot from outside.
Yeah, Tony Whedon called for traveling.
And the inexperience of Whedon turns the ball over twice in a row for Neptune. He tried to get the ball down low the last time, passed it out of bounds. This time he traveled, and Neptune calls timeout.
And it looks like Henry Moore is going to give Isaias Calderon a shot. Calderon injured his ankle late in the Red Bank game. He didn't start tonight, but with Neptune trailing by 3, Calderon went up to the coach and said, "I'd like to give it a shot." Henry Moore is inserting Isaias into the lineup. He'll replace Whedon, and we'll have to watch carefully, see how the ankle holds up.
Isaiah's usually a great active guard on defense, and he can penetrate also. He sets things up a lot of times. Let's see how effective he can be with that sore ankle.
Well, any team, or all good teams, need an outstanding floor leader. In the beginning of the season, Isaias Calderon came out. He's got great natural ability, but a little bit out of control. Was trying to penetrate through the zones, picking up a number of charging fouls. In the last couple of weeks, he's really gotten his composure. He slowed the game down for Neptune. He started to pull up when he penetrates rather than continue through, and he's really done a good job. And it looks like his right ankle is the injured ankle. I spoke with Henry Moore this afternoon, and he said that it would be taped heavily. He would hold him out of the starting lineup, put him in if they need him, and they'll see how long he can go. So that's Calderon now guarding Dan McCarris. And McCarris penetrates right away on Calderon and lays it in.
And they went right at him. Toms River South, McCarris went right at him and beat him easily.
Morgan gets it down low to Dunston in the corner, and he hits from 6. Dunston with a good offensive move, and I think it's important for the Flyers to get the ball in the hands of Dunston down inside, let him do his damage. That's Ernie Williams, tries to get it to Kay, and Walt Zuber with a foul called against Doug Johnson.
And they're going man to man. I think if they find a mismatch with Dan McCarris against Isaias Calderon, they should go into a zone and help out Isaias.
Well, I think they want to give Isaias a minute or two to get his confidence and test it. It takes a minute to loosen up. Great pass inside to Kay. He's fouled. And Doug Johnson picks up his second quick foul. And you see referee Walt Zuber, no doubt about it when he makes a call.
That's the 4th team foul against the Neptune Scarlet Flyers.
And Tommy Kay will be at the line. He'll shoot 2. You see Earl Morgan in the background. Kay hits the first. And the Indians lead it 11-7, and we have 2 minutes and 43 seconds remaining. Kay gets the roll on the second one, and it's 12-7. And Dunston with the ball in the backcourt gets it over to Calderon. And Calderon will slow it down for the Flyers. He spins, penetrates, lays off beautifully to Dunston, and Dunston jams.
And you can see the effect that Isaias Calderon has on his team. He penetrated, they came out to pick him up, he dumps it off down low.
And Kay from the corner, he misses. And there's a foul call, that'll be on Dunston. As Eric Doms came down with the offensive rebound. He went up in the air, and Dunston got a piece of him. And to the line for Toms River South will be Eric Doms, and he'll have a pair. 2 minutes, 15 seconds remain. You see Greg Albano of Toms River South on the bench. Doms is perfect on number 1, and he has one more. He lets it fly, and it's long. Tuck with the rebound, head fakes, falls away, and he misses. And Ernie Williams comes down with the rebound for South.
And surprisingly, they're beating Neptune out on the boards.
McHarris in the corner to Kay. Kay looks to penetrate, bounce pass through, and Morgan drops and steals. Outlet to Calderon, he misses. Morgan misses. And McHarris brought it down, stepped in the path of Morgan. Morgan bumped into him, and a foul's called.
Quick call by Walt Zuber. And Earl Morgan knew it. The minute he banged into him, he looked right at Walt Zuber. And Walt Zuber pointed at him and said, yeah, you committed the foul.
Derek Dunston having some problems with his eyeglasses, being given a minute to repair them. Referee Tom Lopes talking to him.
Neptune over the limit. So from now on, with 1:46 left to go in the first quarter, Toms River South and their Indians will go to the line, shooting 1-1.
Dunston has had a problem in the past with the glasses, and a number of times throughout the season, he's taken them off rather than come out of the game. He'll send them over to the bench, have someone on the bench repair them. Looks like Henry Moore is going to do the repair job.
Toms River South from the line in the first quarter, 3 for 4. McHarris's first trip.
McHarris hits the first, and he'll get one more. And he's good. And if you see the colors on your screen changing when we switch to our wide action camera, the wide angle camera, it's not your television set. We have a local radio station broadcasting the game, and their transmission is causing some problems with the video portion of our telecast. Tommy Kay drives the lane. He misses and fouled, and Doug Johnson's going to pick up his third.
That's going to hurt. Doug Johnson, a key player for the Neptune Scarlet Flyers. Doug Johnson had 20 points, the highest scorer in their game against Red Bank. They don't want to lose him.
They get the eyeglasses back to Derek Dunston underneath. And Johnson with 3 personal fouls. It looks like Henry Moore is going to leave him in there. With 1:30 remaining first quarter, South leads at 15-9.
They're calling this one real close.
And Kay gets the roll. South leads it by 7, and Tom Kay will have one more.
Kay, 3
He
for
lets
3,
it go.
4
Yes.
for 4 from the line.
17-9. Toms River South leads it. And Neptune set to make 2 substitutions. It's going to be Whedon and Armstrong. Jack Armstrong checking in for Neptune as they move it around against the man-to-man defense of the Indians at Toms River South. Doug Johnson gets it to Calderon. He's the one they want the ball in their hands, and he gets it inside to Dunston. Dunston gets the roll again, and this time from the right side of the lane, and Neptune has to get it to Dunston. He's tough underneath.
Neptune not used to seeing man-to-man. Most of the teams they play zone against them.
Doms turns, misses. Kay rescues. Jumper from the corner is missed, and rebound Dunston. Tommy Kay goes to the basket, and it's good. Basket will not count. No basket. Tom Lopes can't make the charge call. He'll disallow the basket and charge the foul to Tom Kay.
Tom Kay with his first personal foul. Only the 3rd team foul for Toms River South.
And in the game for Neptune, it's Tony Whedon and Jack Armstrong. Taking a rest are Doug Johnson and Patrick Thompson. Calderon lobs it into Dunston, and there's a foul called. I think it'll be on Tuck.
I think it might go on Doms again.
Yeah, you're right, Bob. Looks like it's going to be on Doms.
That's his 3rd personal. And he's going to be taken right out of the game.
Checking in for Toms River South, replacing Doms, number 41, Jason Merrill. And it was Jason Merrill who came off the bench for the Indians against Asbury Park. Did a super job, came up with 3 offensive rebounds and baskets. And Dunston exerts himself again.
Dunston with 9 points.
And that jumper's good by Ernie Williams. And not only the last time down did Dunston exert himself, he also asserted himself. And Whedon spins and banks it high off the glass. It's good, and at the end of the first quarter, the Indians of Toms River South lead the Scarlet Flyers of Neptune in the Shore Conference Finals at Brick Memorial High School, 19-15. I'm Bob Lampinen, and with me is Bob Hartman, and we're going to be back with the second half of action right after this. The stands are packed here at Brick Memorial High School, and these people are all here to see Neptune taking on Toms River South in the Shore Conference Finals in the first game of our TV34 Championship doubleheader. It was the Scarlet Flyers of Neptune, coached by Ken O'Donnell, defeating the Bulldogs of Rumston in an exciting girls' championship game by a score of 59-46. And Bob, the Scarlet Flyers in that first game certainly did a great job.
They did a great job, and an interesting statistic as you look at Derek Dunstan of Neptune. In that first quarter against Toms River South, Neptune was 1 for 2 from the line, and the Toms River South team was 7 for 8 from the line. It's great foul shooting.
It certainly is, and very often that's the difference in a championship game. The teams are usually very even, and it's statistics like foul shooting and personal fouls that generally make the difference. And Kay's perfect from 18 in the corner. Tommy Kay with a great shooting touch. And 21-15, South leads it. Calderon tries to get it to Dunstan, but it's stolen. And we're gonna have a foul called outside before the shot. It'll be Dan McHarris who was fouled.
Tom Kay had 18 points in the last game that he played. He already has 10 points now, and we're just beginning the second quarter. He's one of the highest scorers at the Shore.
And Earl Morgan picked up that personal foul. Butch Brooks is in the game now for the Flyers. So it's Brooks, Armstrong, Dunstan, Calderon, and Morgan as McHarris hits the first. South leads at 22-15. McHarris with the second one. His shot is up and good.
Harris is 4 for 4 along the line.
Morgan to Calderon. South with some half-court pressure now. They're looking to trap. Morgan drives and falls away, and he misses. Loose underneath it, taken down by Jason Merrill. McHarris feeds off the tuck, and stolen by Butch Brooks. Gives it to Morgan. Morgan up, and uses his body to screen off the defender and lays it softly in.
And Ken Tuck hurt his ankle that time. He's limping.
Well, we go the other way. And it's Butch Brooks again with the outlet stolen by Dan McHarris.
Can't make those kind of mistakes. You turn it over, you want to score on the other end.
He drives through, he misses. And Merrill misses. Tuck with the offensive board, and he's good. 25-17. And Toms River South with 3 shots at it there, but Bob, the Flyers did a good job not to commit the foul inside.
But you can't allow them to get 3 shots.
Obviously,
it's nice that you don't foul, but you can't allow them to have 3 shots.
They're going to have to box out. Morgan missed the layup, and we have a timeout called. With 6:18 to go, second quarter, the Flyers of Neptune the Indians of Toms River South lead it 25-17.
Early in this second quarter, we have 6 points for Toms River South and only 2 for Neptune. Earl Morgan, the only one to hit a basket for Neptune in the second quarter. And again from the foul line, Dan McHarris from the foul line, 4 for 4 in the game. Tom Kay, 4 for 4. And Eric Doms, the only one to miss one, is 1 for 2. So they're 9 for 10 from the line. Unbelievable foul shooting.
And right now, they lead it by 8, 25-17. 6:18 to go in the first half. Both teams really pounding the boards ferociously, looking to run the ball up the floor. The quickness of the guards on both teams is almost too hard to believe out there. The sophomore guards for Toms River South, Ernie Williams and Dan McHarris, difficult to believe that they're sophomores. Tremendous quickness, and they've done a good job. And
Russ Walling said they would match up the best against Neptune, and they're winning the battle underneath the boards.
Well, they certainly match up height-wise, and the quick guards of McHarris and Williams helps to neutralize some of the quickness of Neptune. Kay lays it off to Tuck, and Dunston introduces himself to Ken Tuck as he slams it out of bounds.
Well, that's what Neptune's going to have to do to get psyched up.
They get it down low. Kay with a good fake and a baseline layup.
Well, they got the matchup they wanted. Kay against Morgan down low instead of Kay against Dunston, and it worked well.
There's a loose ball on the floor. Armstrong comes up with it, and he's fouled.
Vic Harris fouled him from behind.
And that foul called on McHarris. Armstrong picked up the loose ball, went to the basket. You see Jack Armstrong there, and McHarris hammered him for the foul. And Jack came in a Red Bank game, did a great job with some key rebounds for the Flyers. And his first foul shot is good.
That's the 15th foul for Toms River South.
Armstrong again. He's long. And Jason Merrill way up for the rebound, and it's Tommy Kay to Tuck. Tuck pulls it up, brings it back. Kay lays off to Merrill, and he misses. Almost stolen by Dunston. Tuck recovered and hit in a 6-footer. And it's 29-18, Toms River South on top.
Great composure by Tuck. Held his cool, put up the easy shot when Dunston went to the floor.
Brooks deep in the corner. Yes! Puts Brooks deep in the corner. Threw it through the well there, and it's 29-20. Dunston with a good defensive play as they tried to bounce it into Jason Merrill, and Dunston almost dived to knock it out of bounds. And it will be Toms River South ball. Neptune has been in this position many times throughout the season. They've trailed, and they've always come back. They seem to be a tough second half team as Morgan knocks it out. That's the advantage to tradition. The Neptune players feel they're going to win it. They don't think that anyone's better than they are. They're very confident, and when they go down by a few points, they don't panic. They keep their composure, and they've come back all year. Down low to Merrill. Great move, Jason Merrill with the spin off the glass, gets the roll, and Toms River South maintains their lead. They lead at 31-20.
Well, Bob, they don't want to get down by too many, and it's too hard to get back. Dunston!
Dunston again with the jam. Armstrong to Dunston.
Dunston with 11, holding his team in this game. We haven't seen a fast break that much by Neptune. They're noted for that. Toms River South getting back on defense.
K-Pop's good. 33-22. Tom Kay, some great individual ball players on the court right now. Kay, Dunston.
Yes, the Kay and Dunston show. Kay with 14, Dunston with 11.
Calderon misses, and Jason Merrill again doing a job off the boards for South with another rebound. Morgan cuts off the passing lane, almost steals it, can't control it, out of bounds. It'll be Toms River South ball, and we're down to 3:39 remaining. 33-22, Toms River South leads it. Tuck rescues. He stops and pops from the corner. Bang! Kent Tuck from the corner. 35-22. He focuses on the rim, and he knocks it home.
Tuck with 10 points, 6 of those in the second quarter.
Morgan throws up the left-hander off the glass, and again it's Merrill rebounding, and it's Ernie Williams. Pulls it back out for South as the break wasn't there. Tuck from the other corner. Splash! Ken Tuck, right corner, left corner, uncanny shooting touch. 37-22. South leads it by 15, and there's 2:55 remaining first half. Morgan gets it to Dunston. Good pass and a foul.
Toms River South is really hitting from the outside. Unbelievable touch by Ken Tuck and Tom Kay. And then the rebounding of Jason Merrill is really doing well for the Toms River South team on defense.
Earl Morgan with a great feed underneath to Dunston. Dunston had ideas of going up for his third jam, and Tom Kay almost tackled him to prevent it, and it looks like it was a good foul as Dunston misses his first of 2.
Second personal foul on Tom Kay.
And he eyes the basket. It's in the air, and it counts. 37-23. McHarris to Williams from 15, and he's good. Toms River South having some night shooting the ball. Morgan, head fake. He misses, and now it's Kay, and the Flyers in danger of being blown out early. Williams banks and misses. McHarris rebound, and it's good. And it's 41-23, and where's the timeout for Neptune?
And they really missed Doug Johnson. Doug Johnson on the bench with 3 personal fouls, and you can see the loss of him in the rebounding. They really miss him.
Well, it's tough. They get it inside to Tuck. He pumps once, and it's good. Kent Tuck, and there's the timeout for Neptune. Toms River South comes out in the second quarter and blows it wide open. They lead it by 20, and the Indian fans are going crazy, as is the Toms River South bench. And there you see a shot of the tremendous crowd here at Brick Memorial High School.
Well, Ken Tuck is doing a great job. Every time they seem like they're going to knock the ball away from him, he regains his composure, regains the control of the ball, and he shoots it, and it goes in. I don't think he's missed any from the outside. He's got 10 points in the second quarter, 4 in the first. He's got 14 points, and his team's up by 20. Unbelievable. And their shooting percentage from the line, they've only missed 1 foul shot from the line.
Well, it's been all Toms River South in the second quarter. The fans here have enjoyed it. They've been going crazy. Toms River South has blown the game open with a 20-point lead, and it's going to be awful tough for Neptune now to come back with the shooting power of Toms River South, with shooters like Kay and Tuck, McHarris and Williams really doing a fine job. Jason Merrill has come into the game and just cleaned the backboards for Toms River South. And Neptune right now has to keep their composure. They can't expect to get the lead back all at once. They have to kind of peck away at the lead and do it slowly. They have plenty of time with 1:50 remaining first half, but they can't allow it to open up anymore, and it's going to be tough to press Toms River South with another steal. McHarris to Williams, to Kay. The backwards reverse layup will not count. Walt Zuber with the call.
Well, they got a little too fancy that time. Went behind the back and walked with it.
No walk. We had a foul called, Bob.
Foul? Oh, my goodness.
We had a foul called on...
They're going to call it on Dunston.
On Dunston before the layup. The foul called on Dunston before Kay put the layup in, so they disallow the goal. And to the line for Toms River South will be Dan McHarris. Whether the basket counted or not, it was some move that Kay put in.
What I didn't like that time on the fast break, nobody was back for the Scarlet Flyers. They got to draw within 15, or they're in real deep trouble.
That's Butch Brooks way outside. Brooks way out. Let's fly with the bomb, and it's perfect. Butch Brooks cuts the lead to 18. And the only time that we can remember this year that Neptune's been down by this many points was in the Atlantic City game, and that one ended up in a big win for Atlantic City. Merrill from the corner, that's going to be long, and Dunston with the rebound. Outlet goes the other way, and Butch Brooks somehow kept control, kept his composure, and laid it in softly. And
this trip down on defense is big for Neptune. They want to stop it. Nope, they can't. You can't stop that from the outside.
Well, Kenny Tuck shooting with unbelievable confidence. He got the ball. You could see it in his eyes. He was going to put it up. And as soon as he released it, he knew it was good. And Brooks goes the other way, long from the corner again. And Butch Brooks keeping Neptune in the game right now. We're down to 25 seconds to go. Greg Albano calls to his team to hold it for the last shot.
Again, a big possession. Neptune mustn't let them score this time, and if they can get the turnover or get a rebound and a fast break, they can bring this thing down about 14, 15 points, and then they got a shot.
And it's going to count. Tom K, basket will count, and it's going to be called against K. Tom K went to the basket, went up with the jumper. He hit it. As you see, Greg Albano, K hit the jumper and then collided into a Neptune player, was called for the foul.
Tom K goes to the bench with 9 seconds left on the clock, and he's got 3 personal fouls.
Thompson misses. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's going to be Pat Thompson jumping for Neptune. Eight seconds remain in the first half. It's Times River South 47, Neptune 29. Dunston with the ball. Calderon with 2 seconds. Lets it go from the corner, and it's short. And the Indians of Times River South sprint to the locker room on top at halftime, leading the Scarlet Flyers of Neptune 47-29 in the Shore Conference Championship playoff final basketball game. And we'll be back with the second half right after these words. This is Bob Lampinen with Ron Truex, the tournament director for this great Shore Conference basketball tournament. And Ronnie, first of all, the Shore Conference has done a great job, and you as director obviously have done a beautiful job in the arrangements. You certainly selected a beautiful site for your games.
Well, we're very excited about being down here in Ocean County this year. People have said we're staying up in Monmouth County, more or less not giving the guys down here in Ocean a chance. And when the new facility of Brick Memorial opened up, we really jumped at the chance to keep high school basketball in a high school where it really belongs. And as you can see from the enthusiasm of the schools represented here this evening, they're enjoying every minute of it.
No question about it. And I think what must be very satisfying to you as an educator and a coach, as the former Ocean Township head coach and presently back to coaching with the freshman team, to see the growth of the girls tournament in this whole Shore Conference setup. They had a great crowd tonight. The people were really into it. Neptune and Rumson really put on a great show.
The girls are playing outstanding basketball. There's no doubt about it. I mean, the X's and O's they're using are the same as the boys. The only thing they really lack is the overall brute strength and maybe tremendous quickness that the boys have. But they play the game hard, and they're very, very fierce competitors. And the girls you saw tonight could stick the ball in the hole from 20 feet, and a lot of guys could take some lessons from them. But they were very poised and very talented young women, and both coaches, Tom McBride and Kenny O'Donnell, did a super job getting them here to the finals.
And no doubt about it. And maybe you can tell us a little bit about some of the trials and tribulations and headaches that you've had to go through setting up this tournament.
Well, it's tough. We have to schedule 30 ball games within a period of about 7 days, as it turns out. There's 15 on the girls' side, 15 on the boys' side, and this year is the first time we've had a doubleheader here, boy doubleheader, which we were hoping to have in years past, and then obviously a boy-girl final. So it gets everybody into the act. Both the male and the female constituents can root for their respective sexes, and it makes a real barn burner. And here tonight we got the Civil War. We got Monmouth against Ocean County and North against South.
Well, right now it looks like it's Ocean County winning that battle. We'll have to see what happens in the second half. But before we break, I'd just like to first of all congratulate you on a great job you've done. Our thanks to your staff George Rayo here at Brick Memorial has been very, very hospitable to the TV 34 staff. We appreciate it. Congratulations. You've done another great job.
Thank you. We are very appreciative of the use of this great facility, and George Rayo and his staff are to be absolutely commended. I couldn't ask for more cooperation and more professionalism in setting up a big game like this.
Okay, thank you very much, Ronnie. Thanks for coming by. And we'll be right back with the second half of action right after these words. Bob Lampinen with Bob Hartman, and we're back at Brick Memorial High School, about ready to bring you the second half of the boys' Shore Conference Championship final round game. And in a surprising first half, the Toms River South Indians lead the Scarlet Flyers of Neptune by a score of 47-29.
For Neptune, the scoring went like this. William Brooks had 8 points, all in the second quarter. Earl Morgan had 4, 2 personal fouls. Tony Whedon had 2, 1 personal foul. Doug Johnson on the bench, they missed him with 3 personal fouls, only has 2 points. Derek Dunstan with 12 points and 2 personal fouls. Pat Thompson with 1 personal. Jack Armstrong with 1 point. We're just about ready. I'll go over the Toms River South scoring. Ernie Williams with 4 points. Dan McHarris with 8. Tom Kay with 3 personal fouls with 16 points. Jason Merrill with 2. Ken Tuck shooting 80% with 16 points. That was Earl Morgan. He has 2 more. And we got Eric Doms with 1 point. He's got 3 personal fouls sitting on the bench. They're shooting 52% from the floor, Toms River South. But as I mentioned, Ken Tuck with the hot hand with 16 points, along with his partner, Tom Kay, shooting 80% from the floor. That's the difference, and the foul shooting. They're shooting 81% from the line, 9 for 11. While Neptune is shooting 50%, 3 for 6.
And Bobby, you saw an indication, I think, right there of what Neptune's strategy is going to have to be in the second half. They released Doug Johnson. They're going to try to get the ball out long and really start running. Unfortunately, Dunstan threw it away. And for Toms River South, first time down, Dan McHarris threw up a jumper really that was forced a little bit. And I know Coach Albano wants South to only take good shots now as they're in control.
It's Williams from outside. Dunstan way up, clears the boards. Morgan drives to the basket, dishes it off. Shot is up and good by William Brooks. He's got 10. It's 47-33.
Butchie Brooks came in late in the second quarter and really kept the Flyers in it as he hit 2 long jumpers from the corner and a tough layup.
Case to Tuck. Dunstan again clears the boards, and they're starting to cool down. Tuck limping down. He hurt himself earlier in the second quarter when he went to the floor and lost the ball. Now it's noticeable. Jack Armstrong, and it's good. 6 unanswered points by Neptune. They are coming back. They trail by 12, 47-34, 35.
Very important to Neptune. They came right out of the locker room and made a little bit of run at Toms River South. That buoys their confidence. They have the winning tradition. They've been here before. They're the defending champions. They think they know that they're good. And right now, they've got to really be happy about the fact they've cut the lead to 12. Toms River South, on the other hand, has had a great season. They had a tremendous first half as they shot 19 for 37 from the floor, better than 50%. And right now, this little spurt that Neptune has made could hurt their confidence a little bit. You saw Ken Tuck get the ball down low, and he missed about a 5-footer that in the first half he would have gotten a roll on the way things were going. So Coach Albano called timeout. He wants to settle his team down. Neptune needs to continue this run. Toms River South needs a basket just to get their confidence back.
William Brooks remains in the game at guard. Isaiah Calderon on the bench with a bad ankle. Neptune in full court pressure. Derek Dunstan right in front of Ken Tuck, but they get it to Williams. Williams down court. Armstrong steals it. Here comes the break. Earl Morgan. He gets it. And this is usually when Earl Morgan comes alive. It's 47-37 from a 20-point lead down to 10. Williams hits.
And that's a big basket for South as Ernie Williams silences the Neptune crowd and ups the lead again to 12.
That's Morgan with the ball. Dishes to Armstrong. Armstrong rejected from behind by Williams. Back down the other way.
And what a defensive play there by number 21.
That was McCarris.
Dan McCarris. Tremendous defensive play. He went from behind Armstrong, and I don't know how he didn't foul him, but came up with a beautiful block, and he can't go any more than 5'7" or 5'8".
It's McCarris with the ball.
And Neptune's going to have to be very, very active on defense, try to rattle the Indians of Tom's River South.
In the corner. And it'll remain Tom's River South ball. We have 5:26 left to go in the third quarter. Williams will inbound it for Tom's River South.
And Henry Moore claiming that Ernie Williams had stepped out of bounds before he threw it off of Morgan.
They go back out front to Williams. To Ken Tuck. Down low to Tom Kay. He's got position. It's in.
And Bob, just as we saw in the Tom's River South Asbury game, Asbury would make a run at South. It looked like they were on the verge of falling apart, and they'd regain their composure, and that was a nice play as they got it down low to Kay.
Derek Dunstan is fouled underneath. The basket will count. Dunstan will go to the line with a chance for a three-point play. It's 51-39. Ken Tuck picks up his first personal foul. First team foul against Tom's River South. Greg Albano really did a nice job calling timeout. He settled his team down at the right moment, it seems.
He sure did, and Neptune did a good job getting it down low to Dunstan. Dunstan made the basket, was fouled by Tuck. Dunstan, important man for Neptune. He has 2 personal fouls right now, so he's got to be careful. He doesn't want to pick the third one up yet, but he still has to be aggressive on the D for Neptune.
Tom Kay against Johnson, and they fight for it underneath, and we have a whistle. Derek Dunstan is called for his third personal foul.
And there's the foul that Neptune did not want Dunstan to pick up. With 4:48 left in the third quarter, and Dunstan with 3 fouls, he has to be very careful now, and the entire Neptune coaching staff really unhappy with that call.
Dunstan and Doug Johnson playing with 3 personal fouls here in the third quarter. Tom Kay inbounds it to Ken Tuck. He puts up the shot from outside. They get it underneath. Doms puts it in.
Somehow Doms got inside, wasn't boxed out at all. And that's a big basket for Tom's River South.
53-40. Eric Doms on the bench most of the first half with 3 personal fouls. Now back in the game. The outside shot. Air ball. Kays comes down with the loose ball. Loses it. Puts it to the floor. And they go down on a fast break, but we have a whistle. It hit the bottom of the backboard. It'll be Neptune ball.
And Walt Zuber claimed that the ball was deflected up and hit the support behind the backboard, and that is a violation. And Neptune will keep it.
So Earl Morgan will inbound it. He gives it to Armstrong. Back out to Johnson in the corner to Morgan. Morgan drives, puts up the shot, dishes off with Armstrong. He loses it to Ken Tuck. Dunstan steals it. Armstrong. Basket will not count. He traveled.
3-second violation called against Armstrong.
Earl Morgan steals the inbounds pass. Loses it. Ken Tuck comes up with the loose ball. 2-on-1 break. It's good. As Williams hits for 2 more. He's got 8. It's 55-40. A 15-point lead for Tom's River South.
The sophomore guard for Tom's River South teamed up on that one to put the Indians on top again by 15.
Doug Johnson in and out, halfway down the cone. Eric Doms clears the boards, gives it to his guard, Dan McHarris. McHarris out front, looking for somebody to pass to down low. It's Tom Kay. They get it to Doms, forces it up, and it's good. Doms with 4 quick points in the third quarter. It's 57-40, back up to a 17-point lead. Earl Morgan loses it. Tom Kay, and he's fouled.
And Calderon checks back in for Neptune. He'll replace Butch Brooks. And Bob, you've got to give the Indians of Toms River South tremendous amount of credit, as it looked like Neptune was fired up. They came out in the third quarter, cut the lead to 10. And the Indians kept their composure, and they have upped the lead now up to 17. They lead it 57-40 with 3:05 to go, and Neptune has to regroup.
They have to regroup. They're in foul trouble. Earl Morgan with 3 personal fouls. Doug Johnson, 3 personal fouls. Derek Dunstan with 3 personal fouls. And it really hurt Neptune to have Doug Johnson on the bench most of that first half. They really rely on him with rebounding and scoring.
They sure do. You see a shot of some of the wild Toms River South fans as they're out in force tonight, and they're enjoying this ball game, and they're they're giving tremendous support to the Indians, and there's no doubt about it that basketball fever has taken over in Toms River. So with 3:05 to go, Bob, and Neptune trailing it now by 17, the Scarlet Flyers are going to have to make another quick run at it, try to cut this thing down to about 10 going into the final period, and they'll still have a good shot. On the other hand,
well, they had it down to 10 too, Bob. Now it's back up to 17. I don't know how many runs they have in them. Like I mentioned in the first game, average teams have 1 run on them. The real good teams have 2 or 3. We'll see how many Neptune has.
you see a calm Toms River South coaching staff on the bench now as they watch Tom Kay take the second of his 2.
Kay has 20 points. He's 6 for 6 from the line. It's 59-40. Earl Morgan drives to the basket. Dishes off to Armstrong, but he's caught underneath. He gets it down anyway.
Yeah, tough shot. Armstrong went up with his left hand and banked it in. Good move, Jack Armstrong.
It's 59-42. We have a whistle. Traveling on Dan McHarris.
And that was referee Tom Lopes right there to make the travel call. McHarris with a little jump step, causing him to walk. And now South comes out in some pressure.
2:41, counting down in the third quarter. Doug Johnson goes baseline, goes back out front. Isaiah Calderon to Johnson. Dunstan loses it. Kay comes up with the loose ball. We go back down the other way. It's McHarris. McHarris now has 10. It's 61-42.
And the guards of Toms River South doing a tremendous job. In the first half, it was Tuck and Kay. Second half, it's been Williams and McHarris.
Stoms, he's fouled underneath the basket. And Toms River South is playing inspired ball.
They sure are. They smell a championship. They're looking to put Neptune away right now. They lead at 61-42, and they'll have Doms at the line, and he'll shoot 2. See Henry Moore of Neptune instructing his players.
It's 62-42, back up to 20 points. It's 21. They've only missed 2 foul shots from the line tonight. Earl Morgan to Armstrong.
Yeah, good feed, Morgan to Armstrong, and Jack Armstrong really doing a good job for Neptune.
Armstrong with 6 points in the third quarter. It's 63-44. 1:39 on the clock in the third quarter. It's Ken Tuck, and he passes it right to Earl Morgan of Neptune. Morgan behind the back. His baseline, and he's fouled by Ken Tuck. Ken Tuck, his second personal foul.
And Earl Morgan, I think, got away with that one, as that one looked like a one of the playground moves. He spun 2 or 3 times, did manage to avoid committing an offensive foul, got inside and was fouled by Tuck, and Morgan will shoot 2, but not really the kind of move that Neptune needs right now.
Morgan, good from the line on his first. 63-45. Misses the second. Armstrong comes down with it, puts it back up. It goes down and out and into the hands of Tom Kay. From the corner, Doms off the front of the rim. Johnson picks up the loose ball, comes down with it. Outside is Earl Morgan. He's got 2 more coming on in the third quarter with 7 points. It's 47-63. We have 50 seconds left to play in this third quarter. Toms River South slows things down. Dan McHarris out front with Ernie Williams. And Calderon takes it away. Let's see if he's got the speed. Lays it in. For Calderon, that's his first point. It's 63-49.
Calderon with a good steal as he trapped it, came up with the steal, and Neptune needs an awful lot more of that.
Williams dishes off to Tuck, back to Williams.
And Bob, the danger for South now is that they get a little bit complacent. They can't afford to put the ball away and think that they're going to be able to hold on to it for well over a quarter. They have to keep going at Neptune. They're getting a little bit lazy or careless right now.
And let's see who the foul goes on. Will it be on Derek Dunston, who's on the floor, or on number 45 of Toms River South, Ken Tuck? We have timeout on the court.
Things at the table.
With 9 seconds, it's got to be against Ken Tuck if it is a foul. We'll check it as referee Walt Zuber talks to the officials and lets them know what's happening. Meanwhile, Isaias Calderon inbounds it. Derek Dunston is fouled underneath by Tom Kay. That goes against Tom Kay. That's his 4th personal foul. Kay with 20 points takes a seat.
That will hurt Toms River South with 4. And checking into the game now for Toms River South, number 25. Looks like it's Doug Fantuzzi.
Dunston is good. Dunston 4 for 5 from the line.
And Earl Morgan takes a rest. He's replaced by Butchie Brooks for the Scarlet Flyers.
They got it down to 13 points, 63-50. He's good on another. Dunston with 5 points in the third quarter, 63-51. The long shot by Ernie Williams off the back of the rim. We're at 3 complete at Brick Memorial High School. Score 63-51. Toms River South on top of Neptune, looking for a championship. We'll be back right after this.
Go with the flow, never let go, no time to lose. No time to lose, no time to lose. No time to lose, no time to lose.
The Neptune Scarlet Flyers trail this one by 12. It's the Shore Conference Championship ball game between Neptune, Toms River South. The score stands with 1 quarter left to play. 63-51, Toms River South on top. I'm Bob Hartman. Along with me is Bob Lampinen. We're going to bring you 8 more minutes of basketball. Dunston against Ken Tuck.
And Bob, it sure will be 8 more exciting minutes of basketball in a standing room only crowd at Brick Memorial High School.
Johnson couldn't put up the shot. Armstrong puts it up and is fouled. Back in comes Jason Merrill, and when he was in the second quarter, he did quite a job on the boards.
He sure did, and in the semifinal against Asbury Park, he came in and did the same thing. He really keyed the Toms River South Indians off the boards, and he seems to spark them. A factor that will certainly hurt Toms River South is Tommy Kay on the bench with 4 personals, and I think we can look to Coach Albano to get Kay right back in the game as soon as Neptune makes a run at South.
Jack Armstrong, good for 2 from the line. It's 53-63, down to 10. McHarris, it'll count. He was fouled as he went to the basket.
And what a play there by Dan McHarris. He drove through, was fouled, and softly laid it off the glass and in. But this game isn't over. South leads it by 12. The Flyers refuse to quit, and the Indians just keep coming at them. So we got quite a confrontation in the Shore Conference Boys Final.
McHarris puts it in. And out comes Derek Dunston. That was Derek Dunston called on the foul, his 4th personal foul. He must take a seat.
And Pat Thompson replaced Dunston, and that certainly will hurt the Flyers.
It's 66-53. And McHarris called for his 2nd personal foul. They're over the limit. Isaiah Calderon will go to the line, shooting 1 and 1. It's good on his first.
And these foul shots very important with Neptune trailing by 12, 7:34 to go. They can't afford to miss any foul shots. They're going to have to be deadly from the line.
What was interesting in that third quarter, as Isaiah makes the 2nd one, it makes it 55-66. Ken Tuck, who had 16 points in the first half, has none in the third quarter. We go back down to Armstrong. He misses the easy layup. They fight for it. Doug Johnson is fouled. It's going to be on Dan McHarris, his 3rd personal foul. Toms River South, Greg Albano wants a timeout.
And I think a very intelligent timeout there by Greg Albano. He saw things starting to slip away and decided to put the brakes on for the Indians, called a timeout. He's going to settle things down. Very similar to the Asbury Park Toms River South semifinal game. South went out on top. Asbury Park would make a run at them. Albano would call timeout. South would come back out, regain their composure, score a few quick baskets, and up the lead again. We'll have to see what happens now. Neptune's going to have to keep the pressure on. Plenty of time, 7:21. They only trail it by 11.
Well, in that first half, it was Tom Kay, Ken Tuck with 16 points apiece. They held their team in there. They got them the big lead. In the third quarter, they went cold. Tom Kay on the bench now with 4 personal fouls, but Ernie Williams, Dan McHarris, and Eric Doms held their team in there in the third quarter.
And Coach Albano is going to keep Tommy Kay on the bench. He does have 4. He wants to hold him out as long as possible.
Doug Johnson hits from the line. It's 66-56. A 10-point lead.
You saw concerned Henry Moore clapping encouragement to his players.
Pat Thompson brings it down to 8. Ken Tuck. 68-58.
And Kenny Tuck does it again.
Neptune moves it around the perimeter. Johnson with the free shot off the back of the rim. Earl Morgan with the reverse. It goes out of bounds. Jason Merrill got the hand on it and knocked it out of bounds. Isaiah Calderon will inbound it to Pat Thompson. Back out front to Johnson. Isaiah Calderon puts up the one-hander. And they're going to call an offensive foul against Isaiah Calderon.
And I think the basket will count. Looked like the basket will count. And a foul called after the ball was released. Basket will count. And we'll go down the other way and shoot the 1-and-1. And you can tell by Henry Moore's expression, he was unhappy that the basket did count.
Ken Tuck with the hot hand at the line. His first trip to the line. In comes Eric Doms, and Doug Pantuzzi takes a break. It's 68-60, 6:39 left to go in the game. Tuck makes the first one.
And that was a big break for Thompson for South. Neptune had scored, and then to have the foul called after the ball was released gave South an opportunity to go down the other end, shoot the 1-and-1, and neutralize that basket.
He's good on both. He has 20 points. 70-60. Again, a 10-point lead. Doug Johnson tries baseline. Puts up, it's good. 70-62. McHarris out front along with Williams.
And defense becomes important for Neptune now. Pretty soon the clock will become a factor. They must play the D. They've got to stop that from happening.
Eric Doms down low. Derek Dunstan on the bench, and they can get down low. Isaiah Calderon off the glass. Calderon with 6 points in the fourth quarter. It's 72-64.
And that was an unbelievable shot. He threw it high off the glass, got the bounce.
Merrill. 74-64, and Merrill's really hurt him when he's been in the game. Isaiah Calderon out front to Doug Johnson. Calderon penetrates, lays it up, and it goes out. Doms with the rebound. To McHarris. McHarris misses it. They come back down the other way. It's Earl Morgan. He lays it on the back of the rim, and she's down. 74-66. Williams. Off to Doms. The basket will count. Doms with 11 points. It's 76-66. They trade baskets in the fourth quarter.
And Neptune's going to get Derek Dunstan back in the game right now. He has 4 personals, but they're going to put him in for Pat Thompson. And again, Thompson for South hangs tough. Neptune cuts the lead, and South comes back and scores. Neptune really doing all they can. They're forcing some turnovers. They're converting on the offensive end. And South comes back, keeps their composure, and fires in the equalizers.
Doms is 4 for 5 from the line. It's 77-66. Ken Tuck with another rebound. McHarris down the other way to Williams. Williams loses it. Neptune will control it.
And it was slapped away by Calderon and went off the, I believe, the foot of McHarris or Williams, and Neptune kept it.
Morgan with the turnaround, off the glass, too hard. Johnson was fouled from behind. It'll probably go on Eric Doms. That's his 4th personal foul. No, I don't believe it. It goes the opposite way. Looks like, to me, from my point of view, Doug Johnson had position underneath the boards. But they called a foul on him, and that's his 4th personal foul. Eric Doms goes to the line shooting 1-and-1. That's going to hurt.
Called for the foul. I didn't see it. The only thing I can think of is that Johnson may have thrown an elbow backwards, and referee Lopes was right there, had the good angle, and must have picked that up.
Doug Johnson, Derek Dunstan playing in this game as their team trails 77-66, both with 4 personal fouls. Earl Morgan to Dunstan, off the glass. 77-68. Williams out front to McHarris. South slows things down. Williams out front.
And Bob South set to put Tommy K back in the lineup. He's checked in. He'll be in after the next whistle.
That's Williams out front. Ernie Williams along with Dan McHarris. They give it to Ken Tuck. And they're slowing it down with 3:47 to go.
And the coaches were yelling for a walk as Tuck fell down but kept the dribble. No walk was called correctly.
Doug Johnson, I think, is going to be out of the game.
That was Dunstan's 5th, Bob.
Yep, I thought they called it on Doug Johnson, but they called it against Derek Dunstan, and that really hurt.
You see a very dejected Derek Dunstan takes a seat on the bench. He has fouled out, and it's Jason Merrill at the line.
Merrill has 4 points in the game, but he's done a heck of a job off the boards. Misses his first, gets his second. 78-68. Isaiah Calderon controls it for Neptune. Puts up the jump shot, and he's fouled. It's going to be Dan McHarris with his 4th personal foul. 3:29 left to go in this game. Isaiah Calderon from the line. So far for the evening, 2 for 2. It remains 78-68. Good shot of Isaiah. Misses the second one. Doug Johnson misses. And Merrill comes down with another rebound.
And that really hurts Neptune. Calderon missed the foul shots. They got 2 more shots at it. Didn't convert.
Earl Morgan. Morgan with 15. They cut it to 8. 78-70. 3:05 left to go. McHarris to Williams. Back to McHarris.
And an awful lot of pressure on the Toms River South. Freshman guards, they handle the pressure, and Tommy K does it.
K with 15. Back to 10. 80-70. Earl Morgan. Ken Tuck with the rebound. To K. K slows it down.
And Bob, the way the Toms River South Indians are playing, it just seems like it's in the cards for them on this game. Every time Neptune gets it close, South comes back, keeps their composure, and scores.
Pat Thompson ties them up, and there'll be a jump ball. Pat Thompson and Merrill. They'll jump it up. No, let's check that. Who's in the lineup there? It's Dan McHarris. Ken Tuck gets the loose ball. Goes to the floor. McHarris loses it. And we're going to have a foul call. It's either on Earl Morgan or Isaiah Calderon.
And Henry Moore can't believe what's happening out there. He wanted a walk when Ken Tuck went down on one knee, didn't get the walk. Then he felt that one of his players had been fouled. And finally the foul was called, only it was Earl Morgan who reached in and committed the foul. And it's going to be McHarris at the line for 1-on-1.
Earl Morgan with his 4th personal foul. And Merrill comes down with the rebound. Bounces it on the line and turns it over to Neptune. 2:13 left to go in the game. A 10-point lead for Toms River South.
It's going to be awful tough for Neptune.
Earl Morgan. It's down to 8.
And they're still in the ball game. They refuse to quit, and they call timeout. Toms River South will go back and talk to their coach. We'll see if they're going to come out and try to freeze it with the 8-point lead. They do have the good guards, but keep in mind that the guards are sophomores. They're not real experienced. They haven't been in an awful lot of tournaments of this nature. And so far, they've handled the pressure very well. They handled it against Asbury Park. Neptune, on the other hand, has experienced players. Most of the players were a member of the Group 4 state championship team last year. They haven't quit. and we'll see what happens in the next 2 minutes and 3 seconds.
Well, they got to be very careful with their pressure. Isaias Calderon running on 6 cylinders, not 8, because of his bad ankle. And then you got the problems with the fouls. Earl Morgan playing with 4 personal fouls. Doug Johnson playing with 4 personal fouls. They go for a steal, and they don't get it, and they foul. They're out of the game. Derek Dunstan already on the bench with 5 personal fouls. And every time you foul Toms River South, they go to the line. They're shooting a high percentage from the line. Almost an impossible task.
Well, with 2:03 to go, they still have time. It's important for them to not miss their foul shots now, and most importantly, as you mentioned, not to foul. They've got to come up with the steals, but the way Toms River South shoots the free throws, it's going to be awful tough.
They inbound it, get it back to Ken Tuck. To Kay, and they break the press. Into the corner to Williams. McHarris is out front. He's got the ball now. Being guarded by Morgan. Back to Tuck. Back out front to Williams. And the clock runs down to 1:40. He's double teamed. Gets it back out to Doms. He's played a big part in this game. And they slow it down.
Well, Neptune's going to have to start fouling now. Problem is, all of the South players can shoot the free throw.
They get the turnover. It's Earl Morgan. It's up in the air, and it's good.
Morgan with a super move inside. Got past Kay and banked it home.
80-74. Morgan with 8 points in the 4th quarter. Kay. And they're going to call it on Pat Thompson, but Kay gave him an elbow.
And that was a tough call. It looked like both players were ready to commit the foul. Kay did lean a little bit. Neptune player did reach in there, and the foul call went against Neptune, and it's Kay at the line.
Kay 6 for 7 from the line. And he misses. Neptune with a chance to draw within 4. Off the back of the rim, Ken Tuck brings down the rebound.
Yeah, big miss for Neptune. Morgan had the good shot, went in and out, and we're down to 50 seconds.
The steal by Johnson to Isaias Calderon. Dishes off to Johnson. It's good. They trail by 4, 80-76. Timeout with 39 seconds left to go on the clock. We'll be back with the final 39 seconds from Brick Memorial High School for this championship right after this.